All right, and we back. It's your boy Jay.
It's Thomas.
I'm Ashley Booker.
All right, and we back here at Musing Around, the show where we jump on and muse on different topics. So today we're just gonna muse on something and kick it off. If you're watching for the first time on YouTube, understand that you're probably only seeing one segment. If you're listening to it on Spotify then or Apple, you're listening to the whole thing. So let's jump straight into it. It's been another week of us sitting down and talking about some stuff.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute, man. So,
It's good to see you guys, man.
It is.
It's our little ugly ass, man.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Listen, I would give you a hug, but pandemic laws and stuff, man, I got to keep you a distance, brother. You know what I'm saying? Is this 6 feet? Let me my leg over.
Yeah, buddy.
We close.
I look skinnier when I do this.
We're going into the fall, too.
We are. Now we in the sweater weather.
Hoodie
you know what I'm saying?
weather.
Hoodie,
That's my shit.
Hoodie
man.
sweater.
Shout out to the Midwest.
Let's go. All right. So, what do you want to talk about today, guys? Should we cheers first?
Yeah, maybe we should do that. And then we get to it.
Let's get to it. That's some nice brown liquor.
Yes, sir. Like we said before, you'll never know.
Until you do.
What do we think? Be honest.
Oh, I've been sipping on this. It's very good.
Ash is not feeling it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
He's not feeling it. And it's from the brand that we won't say. It's from one of your ones too.
I know.
You partial to the
It's not a burn.
other kind, though.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
You feel that burn?
You know what I should have put some filtered water in it.
Yeah.
It would have smoothed it
Cut it
out.
with a little ice cubes.
Next time I'll bring that down,
ice
have it on the
cube.
side. We can
Yeah,
smooth it
little ice
out.
cube. Yeah, I agree.
Dang, I feel bad for you now, brother.
It's okay, man. I'm a man. I smoke cigars. I drink scotch.
Every time Ash takes a sip, you go like, woo! Get that chill afterwards.
It's okay.
It's like taking medicine like that.
No, it's okay, guys. We're I'm a scotch drinker.
Like he
cigar
better skinned his knee every time.
It was a little rough, guys.
This cheap liquor. No, I'm just joking.
No, it's not cheap.
It's definitely not cheap.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones. But I will say, if you would like to know what it is, I'm hoping for that brand to come on and sponsor us so we can tell you what it is. So, to that unbeknownst brand out there, if you're watching, if anyone's watching, if you have work with a liquor company, send stuff to us. We'll
We like
put it
to
on the
drink.
show.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, we're not here to get wasted, but we will sip on it and partake of. What did you call it before? You had a whole corner made up for it.
Oh, man.
Decanter. It was like decanter.
Yeah.
Decanter. We're going to have a spotlight for it every
Yeah, how you said the first time was amazing.
We'll go back. Somebody go back on the previous episode.
Yeah, we got to record it.
Let me know what I said.
Yep, we got to record it. We'll just frame that.
Agreed.
All right, so back to what we're talking about today. What do we want to talk about today? Because I got a couple of things, as Jay always do. I got a couple of things. That should be a whole button.
My man.
I got a couple of things.
Hey, that is a button.
Like, for real.
Coming soon.
Dead serious.
I'm dead serious. Yeah.
Look, we got someone who's going to give us the secret weapon. I'm not going to lie to you. We're getting better every day, guys. We're getting better.
Hey.
We're on YouTube now. Did we say that? Good gosh, we're on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
So, what do we want to talk about today? So, I had this. I'm not gonna lie. I sent this footage to Thomas. I sent it to Ash too.
Yeah.
So, for people out there watching, this is something we've already seen. But I thought we should talk about it today because it was one of those things I watched and I was like, I couldn't stop watching it. And I'm like, but what is happening right now?
Yeah. It's unreal.
What is seriously happening right now? Yeah. You know what I mean? So let's jump into like some just I guess current stuff. Let me pull over to it and see what it was. So it was black woman sues black man for $10K for standing her up on a date. Can't talk. That in itself is a mouthful of what the hell is going on.
Yeah. I like how they do this shit on the internet, though.
What will they come up with next?
What will be the thing?
What is the next thing, guys?
Was the story been different? It was a black woman, white man.
Are we really serious right now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We
Okay.
dead serious.
Oh man.
So let me bring it up real quick so we can see what we're talking about. All right, so here it is right here. So I'm gonna play a little bit just so we could get a little understanding of what it is we're talking about.
what is it, intentional?
It is.
That's not something in district court.
I'm sorry. I can't hear you.
I said
My
that's
man.
not
You
something
think he on Maury?
My man.
in district court. That has to be brought in circuit court.
So you said it's not permissible and did be taken to circuit court?
That's an equitable action, yes. Mm-hmm. Planning to represent yourself on this?
I, to be honest with you, sir, this was just going to be thrown out. We had a date, one
real?
date, and nothing else after that.
My God.
And now I'm being sued for $10,000. It was.
Thought this was a
I don't
fucking joke.
see how this is
He's like,
any
what the
further.
hell?
I think it's a waste of your time.
Problem is this. If you think it should be dismissed, you need to file the appropriate motion. You can file a motion to ask.
All right, pause
for
for a
that.
Oh,
second.
In that letter, he
Let's pause for a second and just get an understanding of what we're actually talking about here. Yeah. So a woman gets taken out on a date, and the guy apparently stands her up, and she sues him $10,000 for her being stood up on the date. First off, did you see this, man? When the judge was like, yeah, so what are you saying? This is dismissible? Or you know what I'm saying? In the beginning, he was like, yes.
It's just silly, man. I'm with him. Like, well, I wouldn't even think this shit was serious. And then the dude got a Zoom meeting request that was probably mandatory that he had to click onto this shit because he stood up some girl. He might have been. We don't even know the reason why he stood up. We didn't get into all that.
Yeah,
maybe my dude wasn't feeling well. You know what I'm saying?
I want to pick out something that's a little different. This is just something. I'm observing, guys. When you go to court, have somebody represent you who knows what they're doing. Like, go get an attorney, because clearly this would have been thrown out. This poor man is dealing with this, and then he's like, and it's dismissible, but he's like, the judge says, well, have you filed the motion for this to be possible? So what he's saying to him is, man, you're not an attorney.
Correct.
And because of that, now we're having to listen to this nonsense. Okay?
Correct.
But he's thinking, do I gotta really spend the money for an attorney for this bullshit?
Right. He's thinking, to your point, yes. So everyone out there,
Everybody should have one.
Please have representation.
please have representation.
Especially in that courtroom, man. It's no joke, guys.
Please.
It's just nutty.
But what Thomas is talking about, he said it himself. He was like, quite honestly, I thought we was just going to dismiss this. You was going to read this and be like, yeah, this ain't unreal.
You've been watching too much Judge Judy.
Yeah, you can't sue someone for this. But let's go back a little bit, because it only gets better.
Oh my God.
It only gets better.
then that forced the perjury. It was never perjury. His response.
Well, you can't say. Listen, he has the right to put whatever is in the answer.
I'm not saying he can't, but
you can't add another count because you don't like or you disagree with what is in his answer.
if he responds and his response is a lie, it's perjury, then my documents will prove that he lied and his response.
No. It's his version. First of all, do you understand what perjury is?
Yes, I understand perjury is a lie. I know what perjury means.
Perjury is a statement.
Oh my
a
God.
false statement made
Look
under
at
oath.
my brother. He like,
Exactly, and I got documents that prove he was lying.
You don't understand. It's a false statement made under oath. Under oath. When did he testify to something that he lied about? It's a statement made under oath.
Bottom line is, you said it's a criminal offense, so I will send it to circuit court. Are we done here?
mask off.
You don't understand, ma'am. You don't
Are we
understand.
done here? Are we done here?
Perjury
Are we done here?
is
I know exactly what perjury means.
false
I know exactly what perjury means. I know what perjury means. Are we done
No,
here?
you
Is it a
don't.
criminal offense or not?
What statement? I don't see anything in the complaint that says he made some false statement under
You're
oath.
just a judge.
Because you don't know what happened. You're on the outside looking in. You don't know
what the hell you saying.
You have, wait a minute. You are the plaintiff.
Hey, bro, you dodged a bullet, my guy. Oh, you dodged a bullet, my
Are we
man.
done here?
No,
I
we're
know
not.
exactly what perjury
see
means.
him.
we're
Do
not.
not insult my intelligence.
You have to
Do not insult my
You have
intelligence.
to lay your.
Wonder why men
you
die
have
early,
to
man.
lay
This is
your-
ridiculous.
You have to lay your complaint out.
Number
It has
one
not
cause
to
of-
allege this is the complaint. You
Not to
have
insult
not.
Do not
intelligence.
insult my intelligence.
It's not about that.
Oh, Lord.
You don't think. I don't think you understand what perjury is. It's a
Are we
false
done
statement made
here?
under
Are we
oath.
done here? Are we done here?
I
Please
said
do not
no.
insult my intelligence.
I said no.
Do not do that. Do not do that. Do not insult my intelligence as if I do not understand what the word perjury means. Do not. If it's a criminal offense, then it's a
don't think
criminal
you do.
offense.
All right, so let's pause for a second more.
Well, man.
Oh my
it's
gosh!
an
As you can see, it
act
starts to
filed
heat
in
up a little bit
district
more.
court if you want
Are we
intentional
done
I'm not gonna lie.
criminal-
Oh, buddy, he was really just a backseat to his own court case. I ain't
And
gonna
then
lie.
what's crazy is like you said, yeah, but it's Zoom, so so I guess over the internet, she's not in person with the judge. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So she might feel a little bit of a little confidence, a little extra confidence.
Emboldened.
Because
Right?
she can, I'm going to talk to a judge like
No,
that.
you
bro.
can't. You'll be in
I don't know
jail.
What court were you
They're gonna hold you in contempt, right?
Yeah.
I would
Hold you
hope
in
so.
contempt?
I would hope so. I would have held her in contempt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I got my guys, what do they call them?
the bailiff.
Yeah, bailiff.
Yeah.
Take her out.
Take her out of here, man.
She don't know what.
Bailiff Tim, could you come down here and get her?
Please come get her.
And I just want to say this, man. Like the person, the two people in this, the three people outside, or the two people outside of the judge in this video, right? They do not represent everybody, all men. They don't represent all women. This is just a particular example of a particular case of how something played out, right? That probably maybe shouldn't played out the way it did. But I'm gonna tell people out there, if you think you know the law, you better know the law. You know what
better
I'm
know
saying?
it.
Don't be coming with these half steps. You know what I'm saying? And I feel bad for the for the lady who was speaking. I really don't, but I do, in the sense of it seemed like she had some knowledge of legal terms and legal proceedings. I don't know what her profession is, if she's like a lawyer or she works at a law firm or anything like that. Seems she had an understanding, but it definitely seemed like she did not connect the dots on perjury and what it means, right? Perjury is is lying under oath. So what the judge was really trying to indicate, like, look, in order for him to lie, in order for it to be perjury, he would have to be sworn under oath and then lie.
I think the point that she didn't understand that she should have took a couple steps back.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you had some knowledge of the law, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
even after the judge explained it to her,
Right.
she still didn't get it. So
No.
I was like,
That would go to show that I would bet my life that woman knows nothing about law.
She don't know shit.
She
Yeah.
doesn't work in a legal office.
No.
And my man, whoever you are out there, sir, I salute you. You dodged a bullet. You dodged a bullet, my man.
Man, but listen, he dodged the bullet, but he still got hit by some shrapnel. You know what I'm saying? He got hit by by something.
But I think this is a teachable moment. Can we teach the class something? Yeah. I feel like this. This is why you have to be very cautious on who you are picking up, man.
Yes.
Come on, guys. I mean, I don't know this woman, and maybe she's charming when you first meet her, but I highly doubt it. You know what I mean? I highly doubt it.
He probably figured that out. That's why he stood her ass up.
My thing is, there's nothing to stand up. There's nothing to stand up. Meaning that, like, there's nothing here. Like, no, you have a good. Hey, our paths never cross. I'm not even into that, but I think guys sometimes, because everybody's just out for the woo-ha, you know, I think guys sometimes take a lot of risk out here because of that. And sometimes when you open up Pandora's box, you never know what hops out. Yeah. So just always be cautious, guys. Yeah, do your due diligence.
And I would say that's a lesson not only for guys, for women too. Yeah. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Tables. I mean,
it can be turned.
It can be turned. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, teachable moment for everybody, especially guys who are in this scenario. Right? I don't think this is like the norm by no stretch of the mind. Not many people are gonna be like, you know what? You stood me up on a date. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sue you. You know what I'm saying? Or even from a man perspective, right? Like, I took you out on a date. You know what I'm saying? And the night didn't go how I planned, so I'm gonna sue you. Or we didn't go Dutch. You know what I'm saying? And paying it, so I'm gonna sue you. Right? like,
it's this thing called logic, man.
It's a whole next level.
You're gonna have people signing contracts before dates and stuff now.
I mean, shit. I think you almost have to protect yourself out here.
No, man, it does. Man. You do. All right, let's listen to a little bit more. I would hate to say this, but it gets even more better. It gets warmed up. It's getting hot.
Distress.
Okay, so that's a criminal offense.
Well, are you going to dismiss it and refile it?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to dismiss it. I will file another case in circuit. But as far as I'm concerned,
you can't have two cases on the ma'am. You can't have two cases going on the same issue.
Well, I'm not. I'm not dismissing the case. If you want to dismiss it, that's up to you. But I, as a plaintiff, am not dismissing the case.
He has to make a proper motion.
Well, that's on him.
But I can also transfer the venue to circuit.
Yes, that's what I thought, because there were other cases that should have been transferred somewhere else.
Oh, man. The back talk is crazy.
Okay.
He's a judge, by the way.
Do that.
Oh, that wouldn't be my court.
The bailiff had to go make a trip.
Yeah, go pick her up. Where the hell is she at?
Where does she stay?
Take her ass to jail.
Where's her mama stay?
What about his
granddaddy stay?
Associated with appearing because you filed it in the wrong court?
I need to see because I was not aware, since you said perjury was not on there, I was not aware that a criminal offense for intentional infliction of emotional distress was considered a criminal offense there, that it had to be
I didn't say that. That is not what I said.
Yes,
that is not what I said.
I said
that. No, I didn't. You said
did.
That.
You stated
I said that.
No. You stated that the criminal. You stated that emotional infliction of emotional distress is a criminal offense, and you stated that perjury is a criminal offense. But you also stated that perjury is not on the document that I placed forth before you. So criminal offense would not.
It's not in the complaint.
On there.
It's not in the complaint.
I need you to show me. I need you to show me the document which states that intentional infliction of emotional distress is indeed and in fact a criminal offense, because that's the original offense that was placed on there.
I never said that. I never said that.
That's stupid for arguing with her ass, though.
Did not. Ma'am,
yes, you did.
Listen. I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with you. I will repeat to you what I said.
I'm not either.
I said
that's
that intentional. You need to be quiet while I'm talking. You need to be quiet.
Finally.
Because perjury is a criminal offense.
Like, are we on Zoom? Like, fucking mute this.
Intentional infliction of emotional distress.
What I said was intentional distress is something that circuit court has jurisdiction over. I never characterized that as a criminal matter. It is definitely a civil claim. District court. Now, that's what I said to you. You are on the mistake. The court does not hear civil matter because you said, well, I thought circuit court only did criminal.
Oh, man.
The jurisdiction of circuit court.
Oh, she's still talking.
Because that's what you stated on the record.
She's talking the whole time. She's like, yeah. And what you said was.
She's been talking the entire time.
Well, I said I was good.
You gonna shut that up?
Even the reporter talking back to the judge.
The stenographer.
Okay.
when I muted her and now I'm asking her to, if she doesn't do something on her end, she's still muted. But I have asked her to.
Man, she gave a whole thesis on
how to work the Zoom.
Right.
Judge, this is first day.
I am ordering venue is to be because intentional infliction of emotional.
Oh, girl got off already.
Oh yeah.
Court. Plaintiff shall pay the filing fees in the receiving court. For a jury trial or not? You did not, it looks like. So there was no jury fee. No further proceedings until these costs or expenses are paid. Not paid within 56 days of the date of this order. This case shall be dismissed by the court.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
What do we think about that? First of all, there's a couple things, man, because the judge, first party foul.
Well, but they get on the computer, right?
Right.
As long as they get on the computer.
Oh man,
got on that damn Persian rug, dog.
No, the Persian rug is ruined, my guys.
It is done.
It is ruined.
Half price.
Yep.
$10,000 now.
But hey, we got it all on film. So.
But no, the judge, he didn't take control of he didn't know how shit was working. Mm-hmm. And I guess it was hard to take control in a you're not in person, like we said. You don't have a bailiff. You don't have anybody to shut her ass up.
Correct.
You can't threaten to lock her ass up because she's being, acting a fool in court. But
Ash is like, wait a minute.
What you think?
You
Ash?
think you can't do that?
Yeah, I hate this precedence. Like that court should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, they fucked up.
Yeah.
That court should be ashamed. Like they're setting a precedence that is a horrible precedence to set. Yeah. Because trust me, like when you see these type of things make media attention, right? You're gonna find people who are gonna copycat this bullshit.
Yeah.
And I can call it bullshit. And excuse my French. But it makes me that angry because it's just like, man, it's just like all the other hurdles we got out here in the dating world, right? Now we're adding another one. We're adding another consequence to potentially picking bad mates or not maybe vibing with a person to more, I guess, things they can do to just really inconvenience your life. You know what I mean? The man stood her up, correct?
Yeah.
That's it.
I just want to make sure I understand this matter before I go too far.
Yeah.
The man stood her up for a date.
Correct.
Yeah.
And she is suing that man for standing her up on a date.
Yeah. Maybe he thought it was Tuesday and it was Monday.
My only question would be is this, and this is for the fellas. Now, could men do that to every woman who flakes on them? Because it happens quite often out here in this world. Am I right or wrong? Do women flake on men all the time?
All the time.
All the time.
All the fucking time. I don't think there's a man walking this planet Earth who has not been flaked on by some girl, right? So you're telling me we can take legal matters too?
Yeah.
When we go through and make detailed plans.
Yeah.
You can't file under perjury though.
No, yeah, you definitely cannot file under perjury.
We're not going to file it under perjury. We're gonna. What's the charge they say you can? What is it?
Defamation. Defamation
of
character. Defamation of character.
Okay.
She said
That's right.
Psychologically too, like depression. Something.
Yeah. Well, I think she was speaking on her being harmed from psychological or emotional.
Hey guys,
the emotional distress.
Okay, well, hey fellas, like, do we get? I mean,
we eventually got over it because it happened so.
Oh yeah, no, we had emotional distress.
We play that numbers game,
but tell me this, Tom. Like Thomas, like we have all experienced that, right?
Oh yeah,
and we have all been through that, and it don't feel good.
No,
and I mean, look, vice versa, and females, it don't feel good either if a man stands you up. All right. But what I'm saying is that, so is this where we're at right now? We taking each other to court for this shit.
Lawyer up.
Listen,
I feel like it's a cheap price to get rid of a shitty person.
Oh man, listen. I mean, I think she wanted him to feel the heat, though. To be real with you,
but it's just, to me, it's like at that point, why? Clearly, the man not into you.
It's principle.
Yeah, it is a principle.
It is, but that's the same type of woman. But that's the same type of woman, and this is a different subject. I'm not going to go deep on this, but
he about to
it's the
segue.
It's the same situation. I know. Here we go. It's the same situation as like women can be like, "Hey, yeah, I don't want to be a mother," but then they can force a man to be a father. How come a father can't just be like, "Hey, I don't want to be a father. I was just messing around too."
Here we go. Listen. Here we go. First off, you already see me do a party foul. You know what I'm saying? And I barely even drunk my liquor. But you got Ash sliding over here. Ash just slid himself like, you know what? Let me just do.
We gotta start she's trying to hold us accountable. We gotta hold them accountable too.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Let's just say if there is somebody out there in this viewer world that sees some point to her suit against the man. Okay. Well, then let's just take it further. Because they're setting a precedence that should be
on her side.
No, I
holler at her.
If there was a girl here on her side.
Pause. Do you think there's really someone out there on her side?
There might be.
No.
Dog. If you go through the comments in the video or whatever, I bet you somebody stand up for her ass.
No.
There are definitely some narcissistic people out there that'll be like, well, I mean, well, what did she do? Did she pay for something?
They're like, that poor girl.
No, the girls are going to ask for details.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're going to ask for details. No. So what exactly happened? Like, did she pay for like a hotel? Did she get like a rental car? Did she get a plane ticket? Man, guess what? Tough loss. Like, men go through that every day, all day.
Oh no, you take L's all the time.
Man, you gonna take L's, man.
We just had a previous episode where we talked about like being flown out and stuff like that, where someone did something of that nature. So we discussed that.
Man, we take L's. Man, guys buy a table, get a bottle, do all this stuff, trick off, do all this ridiculous, and get nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah. Hell, the girl might bring some other dudes to the VIP section.
True. Well, yeah.
I mean, not mine. I'm just saying. I've seen it happen to people. Let me clarify.
Not so much to us, but we've seen it.
Hey, Paul, you can see we were like, hold on, wait,
but I've seen the BS ladies. I've seen it in real time. And with that being said, like, what are we even talking about here? And honestly, that judge, I want to know who he is.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that
Joe
too.
Brown would put up with that shit.
No. Joe Brown would have, man.
Now listen, young lady.
Listen, I don't know any judge is going to let someone speak back that often.
Disrespect their court.
I'll be real with you. Like the lady that was in the courtroom with the judge.
The reporter.
She was a little, the reporter. She was a little disrespectful.
Yeah.
How absolutely. She said like, because like even in a normal courtroom, no judge is going to allow anyone to disrespect him in his own courtroom.
Nah.
Point like, that's like the last thing you should do.
She's like, you know how Zoom works.
Right, like how do you feel comfortable saying that to a judge?
Where a judge can like have you locked up on site.
Contempt.
He must
contempt in court.
He started yesterday or something.
No, I don't think he did.
Like it.
Listen, first off, I want to say, did you see when he took off his little face mask?
Yeah, took the shield off.
He got the shield off,
He got pissed. He got pissed.
That's what it was. Different levels
under there.
It went from calmly trying to, and look, I'll give him kudos for this. He calmly tried to explain to her where she was wrong in the instance, and didn't resort to just calling her an idiot or some other type of name, right, and dismissing her completely. He at least tried to reason with her. I mean, most judges are not going to try to reason with your lack of knowledge of the law, right? No. They're just going to try to call you for what you are.
Clown you. They don't get
they'll go full into making a buffoonery out of you. You know what I'm saying, and or letting yourself, you know what I'm saying, be the fool you are. You know what I'm saying, so to speak, right? Or let your ignorance hang out to dry. So I would say he was very gracious about that, probably too gracious to Ash's point, you know what I'm saying, earlier, too gracious of what he stated. But even in doing so, like you can see him go to the different levels. He went from, all right, cool, I mean, just trying to explain it to you to like, you know what, gosh darn it, let me take this off, man.
And that's another thing. He shouldn't have got hot like that.
He did. And then to the point where he's like, you know what, just mute her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I agree with Ash. He should have just muted her from the beginning. Like, after she did like 3 or 4 times, he should have just muted her. He should have muted her and said, look.
He got out of frame.
Yeah. I don't think he fully got out of frame because he didn't cuss or do anything crazy.
No, he still.
He didn't have control.
Back and forth.
He had no, but he lost control because he allowed that girl, honestly, to kind of get a low key win in there. It's a low key win, because the low key win is getting transferred to another court.
Yeah.
Well, I think the transfer is probably not going to even aid her. You know what I'm saying? I think the only low key win she got was being able to get off that much disrespectful stuff in the courtroom in front of the judge.
Yeah.
But being transferred, here's the deal. Like, she did it under perjury. Like, if you know what perjury is, like that, you're not going to win a case about saying someone committed perjury and they weren't under oath. Like that's like purely not going to go nowhere. But the point is, at the end, if you notice what he said she will have to pay for the filings and everything associated for the cost of filing this into this courtroom.
Absolutely.
So the defendant have to pay for nothing. Yeah. So she had to eat all that cost. He just pushed it on her. And then now she got to go to another courtroom and do the same thing over again. And then it's more than likely going to be dismissed because, listen, like, that's not going too far.
But my thing is this. Why did he just dismiss it?
He just dead it.
Because he, like, this is what he told the man, because the man, the gentleman was speaking up and he said, look, I just thought this would be dismissed. And this is a good example for everyone out there who's watching, right? You know what I'm saying? Just because you think something's easily dismissible, if you don't do due diligence, it will not be dismissed. You have to do the correct filings to make sure it is dismissed. You got to file for the dismissal and give the reason of it, right? To issue that up to the judge. So my point is that it didn't get dismissed because you didn't do your proper due diligence to make sure it was, right? You know what I'm saying? To allow the judge the opportunity to dismiss it on grounds for whatever it needs to be dismissed on, right? Now, a judge can probably do that if he gets fed up or feels like it's so dumb he was thrown out of his courtroom. But it's going to be entertained because it was filed properly and brought to the court.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the truthful bits about it. Like, so like the question Ash asks, like, are we here where people can do this? Yep. We've technically always been here. It's just, this is probably one of the, maybe not the first. I'm sure there's probably
there's
other
ridiculous
ones.
Shit out here.
The pandemic has allowed us to see a lot of recordings of things that maybe we probably wouldn't see from a Zoom standpoint. And I think it's probably not the first, but it's probably one of the first ones we've seen on camera in the Zoom type of way where someone's coming on and suing someone over something crazy. People sue people over the dumbest things. You know what I'm saying? People make money off of just suing people for stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But that was just ridiculous. Yeah, that's a horrible precedent. I hate it.
It was. But that brings us to the end of segment 1. So let's stop it here, and then we'll come back. If you're just tuning in, we're gonna stop for a minute or two, and then come back with segment 2 and muse around again, or continue to muse. All right. See you in a second.
Yeah.
Bro, I cannot believe
that girl crazy.
It's still stopping.